Hello and welcome back everybody to the Devlog. In this episode I'm going to start by showing you the sorting system. I'm actually recording this video right now right after I did the outro for the last video because right after I got done fixing the bugs I started working on the sorting system, and if you watched the last video, you probably listened to me saying, "Oh, the sorting system was going to take a lot of time. It's going to be difficult, maybe, and stuff like that." Well, actually, I'm done. I did that in approximately like maybe 30 minutes. It's much easier than I thought. So I'm going to jump into the game to show that off real quick, and then I'll probably okay. So real quick, just wanted to add something. I created a way that you don't need to click on the take button. You can just press E, and it's a shortcut for the take button. It's much easier like that for me, and obviously for the future players. Also, it's kind of intuitive. Like when you open a book in Skyrim, you press E again, and you grab it. Other games as well, but I don't need to tell you that probably. So let's open a folder. It's looking kind of ugly right now. For the white on white is kind of unreadable, but it works. Sort by document name, author name, document type, ascending or descending. I'll probably add like other options, for maybe like recently added or unread and read and stuff like that. But for now, it's kind of like the rest. Everything I do is like I know it works, and I made it easy to add things. And as I create the actual game, I need to add other things. But for now, that's good enough. So I'm going to show you that it works by sorting the 2 files that I have. It's not a lot, but sorry, I haven't added much yet. So it's in ascending document name. Let's put it in descending. Oh well, the document name are sample and sample. So let's maybe author name. No, author is not assigned. Document type. Sheet. A4 sheet and sticky note. So obviously it's in ascending, so A comes before S. So yeah, but if I put it in descending, they swap. So I mean, it's pretty straightforward. You've probably seen this kind of sorting system like in a lot of things. But I'm happy that I did it. I expected it to be much harder, but you can just use the comparative operator on strings and it sorts them alphabetically. So I didn't realize that. I thought I was going to have to do some shenanigans, but yeah. So I'm kind of happy with that. So yeah, I'll figure out what I'll do in the next part of this video later, and yeah, I'll be back with that in a few seconds. Alright, I'm back. I decided what I wanted to do. So I started working on the design of the character menu screen, and that got me thinking about what I'm going to add to it. So I started, I'm going to show you real quick what it looks like, and I'll explain to you what I did and what I'm going to do. If you look at the code, you probably have an idea of what I did, but I'm going to show it to you in game. It's going to be better. So there we are. So as you can see, I filled out the transparent background here. I put like a computer screen with some spiders I found online. I think it looks fine. I like it. It doesn't really make any sense, but I like it anyway, whatever. So as you can see, I added 2 things, a clock and a thermometer. The thermometer doesn't work for now. That's what I'm going to be working on next. But it's displaying a temperature, so that's what matters. And the clock, it works. It goes up to 24 and the minutes go up to 60. So yeah, it's not real minutes, obviously, as you can see. It's much shorter. It's scaled to the time of an in-game day. The same for the hours. The hours are much shorter than in real life. They're just scaled to the in-game day, which lasts 10 minutes, I think. Or maybe, I don't know how long it is. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Yeah. So yeah, that's done. I'm going to show you in a time lapse it going around the clock. I haven't tested it yet because it's quite long and I'm lazy and impatient. So yep, I'm going to show it to you live and see if it works live. I've waited an hour, well, an in-game hour, so the minute system works. That's for sure. But I don't know if the hour system works just yet. So yeah, I'm going to leave you with a time lapse, and when I'm back, well, actually, I'm just going to leave you with a time lapse, and while the time lapse is running, I'll start working on the temperature system. I don't know if it's going to make it to this video or not just yet. Probably not, because well, might as well explain to you what I'm going to do actually, and how I'm going to do it. So, the way I'm going to calculate temperature is quite simple, in my opinion. Is that I'm going to add a lot of area 3D all around the station, one in each room, and also one at the bottom, like just one big area 3D for the ground level, and each of these areas will check for like heater objects in them, and will with like a faux thermodynamics calculation will calculate the temperature, the mean temperature in the room, and like depending on which area 3D that the player is, it will display the temperature. Quite straightforward, actually. But I need to make an area for every single place in the base, which is going to be annoying. I need to make the right calculation for the temperature. It's probably going to be like a mean, and but I need to decide a few things, to try a few things out to see how it works. As you can see, the first hour just passed. Now to wait 24 of these. I'm just going to go into a time lapse for the rest. But yeah, the way I'm going to make the temperature make sense is that you can the heaters are going to be connected to the power grid, so that you need to keep the power up so that you don't die freezing, basically, don't freeze to death. And also there's going to be another computer screen where you can control the temperature of each heater. There's going to be 1 or 2 heaters per room, so that it's a bit harder to control the heat, and maybe more, I don't know. There's also going to be other things that generate heat, especially in the laboratories. Obviously, some experiments are exothermic, some are endothermic, so that's something to think about. If some scientists don't take proper like safety preparations, overheat the lab, stuff like that. If there's a fire as well, that's also one of the reasons
the heat is going to be calculated dynamically room per room is that if there is a fire, you know, it needs to be like, I can't just say, okay, this room is going to stay this temperature for the whole game, because if there's a fire, if one of the heaters is turned off, if the player decides to add a heater, maybe you're like, oh, this dude is dead, so his room doesn't really need a heater anymore, so I'm going to take it and place it in my room because I don't know, your heater broke or something, or maybe I don't know, your the the window broke and some cold air is getting in, so you need to add some heat, right? So yeah, the heat needs to be one needs to be able. I need to be able to manage the heat the temperature, really, not just the heat, the cold as well. I need to be able to manage the temperature very precisely and in a dynamic manner because obviously I think it's a major component of a game that happens in Antarctica. Obviously, if you don't like, yeah, that goes without saying, right? Like, what's the point of making it in Antarctica if you don't take into consideration the cold at all? Also, I need to make it so that the player's temperature is measured independently of the room's temperature, because you can probably you're going to be able to have at least two outfits, one for inside where it's maybe like 25 degrees Celsius and it's like comfortable, and one for outside, maybe a third one for when you're in the basement, because the basement is probably going to be heated differently because it's closer to the earth, and also for law reasons. So yeah, I'm gonna be talking about that later. So yeah, the temperature system is what I'm going to work on next. But for now, enjoy this time lapse of literally watching time pass.
Okay, so I've been recording for an hour and it's still not done, and I am actually going to bed, so I can't keep recording. Um, so I'm just gonna assume it worked. It works. I mean, I'm going to do further testing tomorrow, and I'll report back in the next video. But I can't. I just can't keep going right now. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time with an update on the time and an update on the temperature system. So, bye bye.